Well, let's have a look at this satellite transiting.
It went very fast. You have to slow, like it's a slowed down image of it as well.
Hold on a second. Now, my theory. Let's take a look. 3, 1. Oh, go straight up. Is that what we're looking at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a satellite. That's
what is it then?
That's a
what
shooting.
Is it?
That's a shooting star.
What, in front of the moon? Come on,
Yes,
man.
the moon is local. Remember, the stars are local. And we also have
but a shooting star isn't actually a star.
So we have non-man-made satellites up there, like the moon's a satellite. So we have other smaller celestial bodies that also are satellites, but they're not man-made.
Would that be any different? Is that any different from
because man
having
didn't
a normal...
make this object that just...
Well, what does that mean? Like, if there's something going in front of the moon that's traveling around the Earth...
Wait. It doesn't go... Does it go across the entire moon or just out of the black? I don't think it goes across the moon.
Well, does it really matter? You can see it in front of the moon.
Yeah, I can see something.
It doesn't matter.
More like an anomaly, not a satellite.
What do you think it is?
I was going to say aliens, but
no, the planet's for the aliens to go. It's not aliens.
Not aliens.
No.
But it says 3, 2, 1, and then what we see is it come out of the black area, not past the moon itself. Yeah.
I thought it was going from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen.
Does it? I don't think it does. I think it just comes out of the black area.
Well, they slow it down in the last part of the video.
You know, you can't just call satellite for every moving object in the sky. Is that being tracked? Where's that satellite now? All those questions.
Well, I think that's what you're saying. You're saying that it doesn't matter. Like, I'm saying that it doesn't matter if it's man-made or not. What it is showing that things go around the Earth, like the globe Earth. Things do go around.
No, that's not going around. That's going straight up, it looks like.
Yeah, it comes from
we don't know.
Bottom of the screen to the top of the screen.
It's not enough information. That doesn't even look man-made, we're being honest.
Doesn't matter if it's not man-made at all. It could be just a rock.
Yeah, we know things fly around in the sky there. I was talking about going across the moon, like you see the moon, then you see the ISS go past.
How often does it happen in a flat Earth scenario? Like, what can cause rocks to just be floating around? Yeah, floating around like that.
We're gonna have to get into some deep conspiracy stuff, and I'm not prepared to go there just.
Why not, Chemo? You tell me why it could be on a flat Earth, and I'm telling you how it can be on a globe Earth because of gravity. Right? Things do go around the Earth. The same as the moon does. The moon is attracted to the Earth.
Like, for example, that satellite there when would it go around the moon again? Obviously, it would transit again.
It's not going around the moon. It's going around the Earth.
That's what I mean. So it would go past the moon again, right? Every 90 minutes or whatever time it takes.
It depends on how fast.
It just be
depends on how fast it's traveling.
Up.
Well, but the moon could travel out of like, it might not be that the moon would be in that exact same position anymore, right? The moon could travel on.
Yeah, but there still would be another satellite going past it, right?
There's a satellite tracker you can use, Chemo. Yeah, there's one that I know of that tracks both the ISS transits as well as the Hubble transits.
Oh yeah, we know about the ISS one. We accept the ISS. It's just an aircraft.
Okay, well, this one also tracks Hubble.
No. That satellite was Hubble, you're saying?
The last video I posted is Hubble. all of the videos that I posted are satellites that are not ISS, but the only one that I saw that was identified was the Hubble one. And there's also a tracker that you can use to tell exactly when the next Hubble transit of the moon is going to be, or the sun.
So that satellite came straight up. So you're saying it came up from the horizon, up to the moon?
No, a different video, Kimo. Not the up one. The one that goes left to right is the Hubble one.
I didn't see that on it. I couldn't see anything.
It's the last video if you scroll up.
Oh yes. 2 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I actually watched this one, the satellite transit of the moon.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. A lot of writing going on. What's the timestamp for the transit? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's not in real time though, is it?
They have it in real time.
This is not acceptable, Dan. I'm sorry. This is not in real
But
time.
they slow it down. They slow it down, Chemo.
They have it in real time. They have a composite shot where they show the entire thing in one image. And then they also show the slow motion shot. I don't know why this is not acceptable to you when they have it presented to you in like 4 different ways.
All right, but where's
the real time part? Is the early part of the video? Jesus Christ!
I want to see.
Patience, Kimo. Patience.
It's like literally a minute video that you can watch.
Satellite wider view. I saw that, yes. Again, we don't know if that is man-made or not.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter if it's man-made or not. What it's showing is that things can transit in front of the moon.
No, but we know objects fly around the sky. That's not a big deal. We see shooting things in the sky all the time. Is it a satellite? That's the question, right?
I don't think it matters if it's a satellite or not.
And if they've got smaller bodies just going around the plane as normal, that they've tracked, they can say, well, yeah, that's Hubble. It's just flying around. A rock. No way of verifying that it's an actual satellite, like the ones we see from solar panels.
It doesn't matter if it's a natural satellite or not. It doesn't matter if it's man-made or not. What matters is that there is something going around the Earth.
I've seen things in the sky move around.
Have you?
Yeah. But whether it's a satellite or not is a different question.
How do you explain that on a flat Earth model?
Things just move around, like the moon go around. Then you have smaller celestial bodies, we'll call it that, smaller rocks that just move around also.
They just move, man. They just do it.
Just like the moon and the sun, yes.
Perfect explanation.
The stars, the planets do it. Why can't smaller objects do it?
How are they? How are they moving around? How are things just floating off in the ether?
Didn't you hear them? They just move. They just do it.
Well, okay.
Just like the sun and the moon just move.
Yeah, just like the sun and the moon.
Yeah,
get it?
Yeah, they just move around. Yeah,
they're just moving around. We don't know what causes them to move, right? They just move around the sky. We don't know how the sky works. So there's going to be other celestial bodies, smaller ones that just move around.
But you're not doing anything to find out what's causing it.
Like they've scoured the skies, watched the skies. They would know if something's moving around constantly. Say, well, let's trick the people and say that's a satellite.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course they would. The government does that.
Yeah, because if they were real, if they were real satellites, people would be watching.
Government are well aware of just like random rocks floating around in the atmosphere. Okay, sure.
Yeah, just random rocks. That's right. Not random, but they go around the same as the moon, sun, the stars. They're just other rocks.
Why are they there? Like,
or
why
not
are
even
there
rocks, other lights.
floating
You could
rocks?
say just other lights.
Not just random rocks. Random rocks that have a predictable pattern based on orbital mechanics.
No, based on observations. You observe these random
based
rocks.
on orbital mechanics. That's how you can have these tracker websites. They are leveraging orbital mathematics to tell you when the next transit is going to be.
It's just like a smaller version of the moon.
Oh, right. So we accept that the moon can do it. So that's why anything else can do it.
Well, why not?
And the sun does it the same as well.
Pluto's
right?
not a planet, is it?
Yeah.
But Pluto does it.
Are you serious with that statement?
It's just a light. They can be small or big. No big deal.
Yeah, they just move around, and you're satisfied with that.
It happens with the moon. We see it with the moon. We see it with the sun. We see it with stars.
Why are they moving like that?
Why wouldn't there be anything else just moving around? Why would it have to be just these things that are massive that we can see? Why wouldn't you have other things just going around in the same way? No reason
obviously,
no reason for it not to be the case.
If you believe in the things can be rotating around the Earth.
Sure that thing that Dan just showed was seen thousands of years ago. That same thing going around.
Oh, you're sure?
Yeah, sure.
How are you sure about that?
How can you be certain of that?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's how we know they're up there. That's how you can track them.
But how are you sure that that's the statement that you just made is true?
Satellites don't exist for a start. That's how we know.
Now you're just making stuff up and just believing it. Just some random thought you had that they saw this thousands of years ago.
Yeah, I'm saying that these bodies have seen over the thousands of years. They know about.
But why would you believe that when there's nothing to substantiate that claim?
Because satellites do not exist.
Oh, your conclusion is what makes you believe that this evidence is something that aids your preconceived conclusion.
No, satellites don't exist. We know that for a fact. They're satelloons. So there's something in the sky moving around.
They're balloons, by the way. They're just held up by balloon technology.
So we see something moving around the sky. Why would you jump to satellite and say it's not just a smaller moon or sun or star or whatever?
Yeah, I wonder where the balloon is when we photograph the ISS against the moon. Like, where is the balloon actually holding it up there in the sky?
I can show you crashed satellites with.
Oh.
As with everything else in Chemo's world, Wallaby, we couldn't possibly know where they were.
They're invisible, by the way. Yeah, the balloons.
I'm saying what Dan showed
are invisible.
Was
We all know that balloons are unknowable. Truly mystery devices.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's a government secret. Government secrets. There you go.
Yeah, working at the Department of Balloons, don't you know?
Yeah.
Where they hide all the balloon secrets.
Yeah.
You know those clowns that make balloon animals? They're just getting kids that are interested in balloons young, and so they can track them and then recruit them in the Department of Balloons.
This is Hubble. An airplane, guys. No big deal.
It's just an airplane, hey? How about that?
These are your satellites. These are the only satellites that we know exist.
I love your memes, man.
Sorry?
I love your memes. Where'd you get this image? It points to an airplane saying, "This is Hubble."
This is Hubble. Yeah, he's posting memes. Literally posting memes.
Yeah. So the satellites that you think exist...
You do realize that memes are supposed to be ironic, right? You do understand that.
No, it helps you just to realize that you've been lied to. So, for example, what Dan showed flying past the moon, these balloons cannot do that. So we know it's not a satellite.
I mean, that has the premise that all satellites are balloons, which is a false premise.
Yeah, all satellites are balloons.
Yeah, that's a false premise. So why are you building up this
Show me a
strawman?
satellite then without a balloon attached to it.
Yeah,
We have.
you
We already did. Didn't we actually show that before?
No, you showed.
I believe we showed
a natural rock
an image of the ISS. Hold on. We showed an image of the ISS transiting the moon. Where's the balloon on the ISS?
That's just an aeroplane.
It doesn't look like an aeroplane, and I want to know the story behind this image you posted. Why do you think that this airplane is Hubble?
I'm trying to find the other, but it's just got a big camera looking out the side, and it does all the.
Where'd you get this image? Do you know anything about this
thing? That's the Hubble, buddy. Look, you don't even understand.
That's a NASA aeroplane. That is.
They're just using a camera out the side of an aeroplane to photograph the existence of the universe. Obviously, come on, man. Jesus Christ. Let's get up to speed here.
And you're also posting random Nazi pills.
Oh, you don't like that?
I just don't know. It's so out of context.
Oh, you got to take the red pill, right? The Nazi red pill.
So, like I said, there's no evidence of these satellites, Dan. You've got celestial bodies flying around and claiming them to be satellites without any...
No evidence except for the evidence that we presented to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just presented them. I've shown you the balloons.
Remember, if you ignore evidence, it's basically the same thing as it not being there.
Yeah, but
and then a legitimate question was asked to you. Where was the balloon in the ISS images that we sent?
ISS is the bomber, a bomber.
But it doesn't look like a bomber. Look at the fucking shape. It doesn't look anything like a bomber.
It's got bells and whistles, Dan. What can I say?
You're hilarious.
We know it's.
I want you to keep on coming into this.
I've seen more than enough information.
Right. You're hilarious. You're more than hilarious.
Yes, that it's just an aircraft. Not that big of a deal.
There's plenty of reasons to believe it's not an aircraft. For example, its speed can be calculated. But even before that, just the fucking shape. I mean, the shape is exactly what the ISS shape is purported to be, and exactly not what the shape of an airplane is supposed to be. So why would you even assert that it's an airplane?
That's the shape that it's in.
Because it's
It's not in the shape of an airplane.
I mean, again, I don't want to go down too far into the rabbit hole and make claims of what it is, like a hologram.
He doesn't want to go down the rabbit hole of needing to have any form of evidence. That would be difficult.
If I start saying things like, well, it's just LED lights and holograms, you're going to like, well...
Yeah. Also, Chemo, as far as I can tell, there's no evidence that you're not a blobfish.
Right.
I love that image. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right.
This is Chemo.
Oh no! I don't want to see that image anymore. He broke his foot. Fuck.
Yeah. You can now buy the action figure.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, the broken foot action figure. Sweet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's unfortunate, Dan, that you can't do better and provide more information about satellite. And because they've only given you these distorted images.
I'm pretty sure we showed you evidence of this happening. Pretty sure we did that. Didn't we do that like 20 minutes ago? Like all the evidence that we presented of satellites actually being a thing.
I saw those satellites. Again, satellites. The moon is a satellite. Yes. So we're just talking about celestial bodies zipping around the plane. No big deal. We didn't put them there. Track them. Looked at them.
It's amazing that the ISS looks totally man-made. It's not a natural satellite.
The ISS is just an aircraft. I told you that.
It's not an aircraft. Oh, okay. I guess we're just going to talk in circles forever and ever.
But for me, what would end the flat Earth overnight? An observation like this. Obviously, if we could see shooting star, comet, meteor, whatever, fly straight up from the horizon into sky space. This cannot work on a flat Earth. This observation.
Are you serious that would do it for you? That would literally make you not believe in the flat Earth anymore?
That would end it within minutes.
Pretty sure that people have filmed
that
shooting
horizon
stars
there, Dan.
going
that
up
horizon, as we understand, is not geometrical, not physical. That's what you believe. You believe that that edge where the Earth drops and things rise up. See? But on a flat Earth, that horizon is just apparent and more land straight beyond that. You just can't see it.
The horizon isn't a real place that you can go to.
So if anyone was able to show,
this the other night.
I don't mean coming towards us, Dan. Coming down from the sky and toward. Look how this is. You got the horizon, and it's going straight up into space because they're supposed to be able to go in all directions. Stars, right? So it's not like they can't just go in that direction, right?
They can. I'm pretty sure people have filmed this.
Yeah, but what you've produced is
coming up from the horizon.
So you've shown like mountains at the horizon, and you've said, "Look, the meteor or something's coming up." It's like, but where's the horizon like this? And this would prove, without any shadow of a doubt, that we're on a globe. 100%. I even argued with Nathan about this because he said he saw something coming up. I said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. I said, so you think you saw a light coming up above from the horizon? And I had to correct him, and he had to concede in the end that he wasn't.
What? Why?
Because you can't have a light coming up from the horizon like that because the horizon's not physical, is it?
It's an apparent. What
do you think about that, Dan? Do you think that's possible to be shown?
I posted a video with showing shooting stars going in all different directions, many of them from the horizon going up.
All right, what's the timestamp? I only want one that goes up.
I don't know. I'm looking at it too right now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You won't find one, Dan, because all the...
I already saw some. They're in there.
No, you haven't. Look at my picture.
I saw your picture.
Post it again for you.
It's meteor shower.
Look at this horizon. You've got a nice sharp horizon, and then you've got the light coming straight up from that horizon. I'm not talking about.
Look at that! They're shooting stars coming up from the horizon.
Look at the stars behind that shooting stars. You've got.
So like at 212, for example. There's many in this video, by the way. But at 212, there's a pretty damn vertical one. That's pretty damn close.
Well, let's take a look. Let's work with you.
Maybe you have to walk back on what you actually said beforehand, Chemo, because there is video evidence of shooting stars coming up from the horizon. Use this video.
Everything is moving.
What do you think? What are you expecting? The Earth moves. What do you expect?
He wants a video of a moving thing where nothing's moving.
Oh, I see.
No, show that. See, I knew you would show mountains. Didn't I say that in the beginning?
What's the problem with mountains?
I said that. I called it already. Already called. I said you're going to show mountains. It's not what we're talking about. I said it needs to be the horizon, Dan, and then have a star coming straight up that will kill the flat Earth in.
So one of the requirements is it has to be over water.
Not over water. You can do it over land, but no mountains.
Well, I mean, most terrain is going to have some obstacles on it.
Unfortunately, this person filmed it from a mountainous area, so we can't.
So if you wanted to end flat Earth, Dan, this is the one where, because it wouldn't work on a flat Earth. You can't have stuff coming out.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't see that changing your mind. And if I were a flat earther, it wouldn't change my mind either, because there's no way of telling whether it's moving at you or moving up. Like, there's not enough, information to tell what the perspective is.
Even if it did, by the way, even if it did, Kimo would just say, it's photoshopped.
No.
obviously.
If we saw the
Yeah.
horizon
Yes,
and then a
you
star
would.
shooting straight up, at first I would think it was a firework. And then if you were like, no, look, we can track it. It's going all the way up into space, not like a firework. Then you'd have to accept it.
You don't even believe that space exists.
Because I haven't got images like this meteorite going straight up into space. Nothing goes up into space. Nothing, ever. Everything comes down from the sky onto the level plane, the horizontal level plane.
Apparently, this video shows that actually
you've got mountains with a skewed view. Show the horizon. Look, let me show you the picture again so we know what we're talking. Nice, clear horizon. Like this. Right? Oh, it's not loading.
Okay.
So a nice, clear horizon like this, Dan.
I don't quite understand your argument. Like,
because
why would it
on a flat Earth, that star would have to come from the ground. On a flat Earth. On a ball Earth, that star comes from the sky. Like.
Oh, right. So it would be coming from. So on a globe Earth, it would be coming from beyond the horizon.
Right.
So somewhere that's outside of.
But it would still have to be coming towards you, right? And like even on a globe Earth, it wouldn't be shooting out into space. Like,
you, Dan. It should be in all directions.
No.
It should be in all directions, including one.
No, I know, but once they enter it, like the whole reason why you see a shooting star is because it's descending into the atmosphere.
It's entered the atmosphere of the Earth.
So you know, like the sun supposed to come up from the horizon, instead of going over our heads, the sun would just go straight up, like a star.
You mean like it does, right?
No, but then it goes over our heads, right? Or past our heads, like over us. I'm not saying over us. I'm looking at it straight out, and it goes straight up vertically. Kill, slaughter, absolutely detonate flat Earth. Because it couldn't work on a flat Earth. It's not possible.
Yeah, see, I don't see that because that's what the sun does every single day, and that's not enough for you.
The sun does.
Yeah, it does that.
Because at night,
there's
no argument about where the horizon is. You can see because the star would come straight up from it. A lot different than the sun. You've got like temperature and the density. At night,
well, you know, I'm almost willing to take your challenge. Like, I almost want to go out to the coast and just capture a nice shooting star for you, just so I can personally, free you from the shackles of flat Earth.
I promise you, show what I've just shown. This flat Earth, you cannot work on a flat Earth. Get him.
Just like how you promised when Biodual finished his experiment, you were going to stop being a flat earther.
Didn't show the masses, right? He just showed lasers. I'm not talking about, and he didn't even follow the.
When we're showing that there is no apparent size difference of the sun, like, because only on a flat Earth there ought to be a size difference with the sun as it passes over top of us, right? So as it goes into the distance, there ought to be a size difference. But there is none. There's no.
I'm more curious what Kimo meant when he said, "Well, when the sun comes up, that's the density." What's happening to the density when the sun comes up?
Well, you've got the density, the temperature, the atmospheric lensing, all these variables.
What's the density doing? Well, how does the density make the sun come up from the horizon?
Density gives us apparent obstruction.
It's buoyant. The sun is buoyant.
The density gives us so what is density, Kimo?
So you've got all these tightly compact particles of dense, and it blocks out objects beyond.
Except that I can see the sun from like the whole time, and from when it comes up from the horizon.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That horizon, is not.
It's only
physical.
ever apparent.
That horizon is an apparent position, place, and any obstruction that it causes is only an apparent obstruction.
So I can see the horizon where I see the horizon. I agree.
No, you might think you see the horizon where you see.
I see it at its apparent spot. So yes, I see it where I see it. Got it.
Yeah, but you might think it's like 10 miles away, but actually 1 mile away.
It's like the
How do you
railroad
know that?
track. They appear to rise up, but they're not actually rising up.
Hey, Lemon.
Well, they
Hey.
can't. It can't just be 1 mile away.
Look at this image, Lemon.
No, it's 1 mile
Dan
away
is-
now.
Dan is
It's
gonna end up-
1 mile.
Dan is gonna
We
end
can't
up-
see
That's 1
anything
mile.
further than 1
I can
mile because that's
see-
where the apparent
Dan's
horizon.
gonna
I
end the
can
flat Earth
see
for it.
what I can see
For
a
height.
mile away from me on a flat surface. I can see that area.
Lemon.
No, not
What
any-
does, let's see what Lemon's view
Wallaby.
is. Lemon,
They're
if
lying to you,
Dan-
Wallaby.
If Dan
That's
gets an
not-
image, Lemon, if Dan gets an image of a light star going up from the horizon like this picture, what would that do for
I can't be. I
Star
can't be in
going
this
up,
conversation.
or
I
Hey, look-
can't
look
be
at
in
this
this
image.
conversation
you? Check out
anymore.
this image that I've
It's the
posted.
same. I'm not going to be a part of this conversation anymore, Kimo.
Hold
You're-
on, Wallaby.
you're
You're just gonna get a view of others. Yes,
Remember,
don't go
Bird,
anywhere.
there can't be mountains because they might be shooting the star out of the mountains
Yeah, no
to
mountains.
lie to you.
Maybe they are. Maybe the fucking mountains are the
Right,
cause of
Wallaby,
this.
hold on a second, but Lemon, what would that do for you if Dan was able to? Dan, no
I'm
time,
done.
no
I'm
time
done.
lapse.
I'm done with this conversation, Kimo.
no
You
sneaky
keep-
behavior, Dan. Look,
You
if we're gonna
keep
do
lying.
this right,
You're just a liar. You
If we're gonna
keep
do this right, Dan,
lying
you've gotta
about
be
your own
straight up and
existence.
down
the
the path.
Geminid meteor shower from Dan Fessler, you do notice that the stars appear to have a bit more of an inclination and a bit more of a spin to them. So I think that that's a bit more consistent with, a flat Earth with the sun, moon, and stars circling overhead. I think if it came straight up, that would be a bit more consistent with a spinning ball if it was spinning in that direction.
Dan, this is not what I'm asking for, and this is part of the problem. If you do it your way, okay, then you're not going to get the results. Follow what we ask, or what I ask, and then you do it. Don't do it, then we get the results. The picture
So
I posted.
I'm trying. So, I found the first thing before I make my own measurement, I'm going to go check to see if there has been something out there. So I posted another video. There's plenty and plenty of shooting stars in these, and it's over the ocean, just like you complained about my last video. So this one's over the ocean, and there's plenty of them that are near the horizon going vertical.
Where? Show me.
Watch the video. It's all throughout.
On the latest one you've just posted. The latest video by Kenneth Brandon.
Well,
yes,
shooting
yes.
stars can shoot overhead, even I guess you could say perpendicular to the horizon.
Here,
They
I
would be
circled
falling
one.
down, but they're just coming from so far away. They kind of appear to be, I guess, coming up. But most of the time, you think of shooting stars descending downward, obliquely slanted to the horizon.
Dan, I don't want the star coming at me, right? I want it to go.
Okay, so the one that I circled, how can you tell if it's coming at you or if it's shooting up?
You'll see that go up, right?
By the way, on a globe Earth, it would be coming at you too. If it's coming up from the horizon, that means it's coming at you. There's no other way that it would work on a globe.
And one can go straight up into the sky, into space. Why not?
Because the shooting stars are objects that are descending through the atmosphere. They have to be, like, if they're moving up, that means that they're through perspective moving at you. That's the only way it can work.
Space, when we see stars, what's happening there?
They're not in space. They're descending through the atmosphere. That's what makes them light up. Did you not know this?
No, I'm saying that the meteorites that we see, not the
Yeah, the
ones-
meteorites, the ones that we see that leave trails in the sky, those are the ones that are falling into our atmosphere.
Yeah, so can we see them when they're not in the atmosphere?
No, they don't leave trails.
Can't see these when they're not in the atmosphere.
No, not typically.
So if they're flying past the moon, you can't see them.
I don't know. I don't think
No,
you.
the luminescence comes from the friction with the atmosphere.
Oh, so we don't see the space then.
there. I mean, you will see comets and other incredibly large bodies, but you will not see. They're not the same.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about these space.
No, you were talking about shooting stars.
What we're looking at images of, we're looking at images of things that are colliding with our atmosphere. Yeah,
well, that's not what I'm talking about. Seeing.
Yeah, it was. You were specifically asking for a shooting star, and it was your failure to understand what shooting stars are.
Star, meteorite, comet, whatever they are. Comet coming straight.
Those are different things. Those are all different things.
Look, I showed you the picture. Right?
You want a star coming up from the horizon? Whatever. The sunrise is an excellent example.
Show the picture again. This light, we don't even know what it is, but it's coming straight up from the horizon. That's what we want to see. I want to see.
Yeah, with the trail like that? So a shooting star, right?
No, it doesn't have to be, well, it can be a shooting, whatever, as long as it's going straight
Well, if it's not a shooting star, then you can pick any of those stars in that image, right?
As long straight up,
if you're at the equator, then the entire horizon, east, looking east would be rising. What do you mean? It's just...
the horizon be rising to eye level, so you'd expect something that's above you to stay above you, not to look like you're on a revolving ball.
If you are located on the equator and you look directly east during the nighttime, you will see every star in the sky moving exactly vertical from the horizon, exactly what you're after.
Yeah, but they're not shooting.
Vertical.
Well, that's what I just fucking asked you. I said, you want a shooting star? And you're no, it doesn't have to be a shooting star.
You're playing games.
You see them with a bit more of a swing, though, like they are circling.
Not if you're looking not exactly like at the. If you're on the equator looking exactly east, they will not have a swing to them.
Look, you're trying to be clever. You knew what was meant in the beginning. Okay, that's why you went and had a little look. You failed in your quest, and now you're trying to think.
Oh, you just keep on changing what you're looking for, no. and I'm trying to get clarity on it. Are you looking for a shooting star?
Light, going straight up.
Does it need a trail on it?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so then like I said, any star in the sky. Like I just went over this. We're walking in circles here.
Again,
there's thousands upon thousands of examples that you can find because the entire fucking sky would be an example.
Okay. That's what you. This is why Taylor doing now a bio duel. Beginning, it was all great. Yeah, of course I can do. I feel I can do.
You laid out all your criteria. He satisfied all of the criteria, and then you a couple seconds later said, "No, my criteria weren't actually the criteria we agreed to. They were some other criteria that I'm now going to pretend were what we originally agreed to."
Just like bio knew what was meant.
Just like you told me you had a psychic connection with Bioduel and he was never going to come back here because he was so embarrassed like that. And then he was there that night and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Oh, that he failed. Didn't deliver. Same as Dan here. Oh, I can deliver. Yeah. I can.
Kimo, I've got a question. Do you remember the last time you said something that was true?
Oh, what was the question?
So no, that's fascinating. Things. I don't know that I've ever heard you say a true thing.
I've never heard a glow birther say.
Glow birthers.
That's exactly to my point. I don't think I've ever heard you say a true thing.
Friend here, Dan was
glow birds mean well. They're just a little deceived.
Next thing you know, just look at the stars at the equator. I mean. That's the big.
Kimo, I keep trying to get you to clarify what you're after because you're moving the goalposts. I'm willing to satisfy your requirements. Just tell me what they are.
Look at what he's doing now, right?
Trying to understand you? Is that what I'm doing? Trying to get new requirements as you see fit?
You understood in the first place. I posted the picture.
I thought I did, and then you moved the fucking goalpost. Now I have no idea what you're after. I literally don't have any idea what your requirements are anymore because you moved it.
Picture.
I provided you evidence of exactly that picture. I circled it even for you in red. Yeah, it was right at the horizon.
All right, post it.
I already did. Scroll up. There's a big red circle around it.
Not the picture.
I posted the video too. It's from the video.
What's the timestamp?
In fact, the screenshot of the red circle shows the timestamp. And there's many of them throughout that entire video. The shot that I circled is actually a still frame where they composited a whole bunch of them in one frame. It's a still frame. But you can watch the video. There's plenty of examples throughout the entire thing.
Kidding me. Photograph.
I just stated that.
What's wrong with you? Show me a still photograph and say that's going up for me.
Okay, look at 37. I'll circle another one. This one from the video time lapse and not from the still frame at the end. Here, give me 1 second. Let me circle it for you.
I'm going to say something that might blow your mind, Chemo. But did you know that videos are just series of still frames?
Hey, Taylor, I'm going to say something that might blow your mind. Did you know that Chemo's mind was already blown a long time ago?
No, they're just a series of still frames.
I mean, there's something functioning in there, because the Chemo's ability to generate lies at rapid speeds is...
magnetically recorded onto a plastic tip.
It's the one function that's left remaining.
So are you not a flat earther anymore, Chemo? Because that seems to fit the requirement as close as reasonably possible.
7 seconds.
Yeah, cellulose and ferric oxide. And they used to record magnetically onto the plastic tip. Mad that, innit, Chemo? You're old enough to know that. You used to have tips.
No, it's quite clearly going up.
Poured a shower.
They're coming through all different directions throughout the video. Even you said they should be coming up from all different directions, and they do in that video.
Yeah, different angles.
And I told you, everything is descending. Oh my god.
How it's come down.
You can tell from the teardrop shape. In fact, in that image that I posted, there's one that's to the left of it and that I didn't circle. You can see that the heavier side of it is at the bottom, and the one that I circled, the heavier side of it is at the top, indicating they're moving in opposite directions. Either one of those would be like perfect examples of what you're after.
Grasping, man, you're grasping.
I'm grasping at the one image that is exactly what you asked for. That's what I'm grasping at.
All coming down.
Chemo is not going to acknowledge anything.
I know. I told him at the start that it wasn't going to sway him.
Yeah,
of course not.
This is not going up. It's going down.
Look, there's two of them in the same shot, moving in opposite fucking directions. Which one do you want to pick?
They're all coming down. It's
How can they be coming down if they're moving in opposite directions, Chemo?
not moving. Well, that's
They
what
clearly
the one
are.
was. Where's the video to that? Now that's what we're talking about. Where's the video to that was?
Chemo, how about we save time and you just tell us when you get tired of running around with the goalpost and you're setting it down for a breather, and then we can aim for that for a minute.
Boz knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a perfect example where the heavier tip is on top,
Boz,
right? Same as the one that I showed you.
Get the video to this. Flat Earth is over.
No, because it has a mountain range, Chemo.
Oh yes. But that's what we're talking about. Something going straight up.
He can't even remember his own criteria for a couple of minutes. Get your lies straight, Chemo,
Look,
if you're gonna lie
that's
all
what
the
we're
time.
talking
Jesus.
about. It's going straight up. Wasn't got the right idea. Right, and once we do that,
The one that I gave you is that. It's exactly
yeah,
that.
you've got the time
What is
lapse.
different
The
from the
reason
one
why
that
you can't
was
see-
posted and the one that I posted?
I can't see it. Time lapse, and it's. Now, if we saw continue straight up, I'd concede flat Earth is over. And that doesn't work on a flat Earth. I have things flying up on a flat Earth. Where would they come from? Flat Earth? In water? Possible. Yeah, that's just something to think about, Dan. One of the things flat Earth found overnight.
I'll make a prediction. It doesn't matter how many of these that you'll ever see, even if it's like exactly to your requirements, you're never going to accept it.
What was showed, what we're talking about, never seen that in reality.
Except for the video that I sent you, sure.
Of it coming down.
Of it going up.
Silly.
I'm not.
Better than no one going straight up.
It is.
But yeah, that's a general idea. I can't show that, Dan, to anybody and say, look, right, it's coming straight up from below the horizon, right? Wrong like that, where I can be like, look, coming straight up from the horizon. You know, and then
so we should apparently be in a meteor shower season right now, and I could go down the coast to get a very similar shot to the video Dan had. Set up a camera every night for time lapse, but we're talking to you, Chemo, and there's no reason for me to do that because no matter what I do, you're just gonna lie about it.
Also, set aside if we could get the image for you. It's also flawed logic, right? Because in reality, it is descending, and the only reason why it looks like it's moving up is because it's moving at you. That's the only reason. So, like, whether it's on a flat Earth or a globe Earth, it's the same deal. It's moving at you.
Yeah, the star would have to be coming at a trajectory straight towards you, basically. And
fireworks are not moving at you.
Like, even the one in the globe model, you're not going to have the star, like, moving vertically, like, literally.
Anyway, you know the requirements, and get that.
I'm saying that even with your requirements, it's flawed logic.
Now, on a ball, have that effect.
No, I'm telling you, on a ball, we shouldn't. On a ball, what you're seeing as vertical is actually moving towards you.
Yeah, that's just that star. Another star should be able to go.
No star should be going straight up, because that would also mean that it's coming from the ground on a globe Earth, and that doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, you don't expect stars to shoot out of the ground.
Yeah, the only way that would work, like geometrically, is if the object fell into the atmosphere, like skimming the atmosphere, and it goes like starts to go approach the ground, but it just keeps going straight and then starts like gaining altitude because it's like crossing so much distance, and now it's rising out of the atmosphere. That would never happen.
Who's chonging the bomb?
No, as long as we click on was as posted
Chemo, you changed what you're asking about 40 times in the last half hour, and then you end with, as long as we're clear.
Yeah, that's what we're
yeah, how can you be any clearer than that? Yeah. Chemo, you're like cellophane. So transparent.
You are something else, Chemo.
Just as long as we're clear, it's flat.
I nearly fucking swallowed my coffee cup then.
I mean, anything else, Lemon, that would destroy the flat Earth overnight? Have any ideas?
The flat Earth?
Yeah, let's say if they did something that was like, this not work, like you could anything, like let's say if we had 3 observers in the south looking, that wouldn't work on a flat Earth, right?
Well, we can duplicate that with star trails over a curved glass surface. You warp and distort the image, and you get a world toward the center and another counter world toward the outer perimeter. So, based off of the duplicated effect, it would probably be the stars going over the curved surface of the dome or something.
So then what? I'm trying to find out what would shut down the flat Earth night.
North-south, north circumnavigation, affordable space flight, But they're not going to do that. They would make the space flight just out of the reach of most common consumers, unless you want to shell out at least $50,000 to go into space. If you want to shell out a year's salary to see what's up there, be my guest.
Lemon, you sound like you can't be asked today. Sort of like sat there going, yeah, be my guest, fuck off now, I'll fucking sign
What I'm kind of interested in is why would Chemo even accept that sort of like drivel that came out of Lemon's mouth when it could be this, it could be that. There's no evidence there, there's no information, there's no proof, there's nothing that he asked from us from what he got from Lemon. And yet for us, he would say, oh, give me a timestamp, show me this, show me that, show me t'other. No, just accepts Lemon blankly, which is why I think he's gullible.
It's not the game he's playing.
All based off the laser tests. No 8 inches per mile squared.
Nobody can see Sigma Octanus from 3 separate continents at the same time as the Earth's flat. It just doesn't work.
The conflict is in the idea of you not seeing it for what it is. Everything is backwards. That's an easier way of doing it. Yeah. Everything is backwards. It's not quite what you think it is.
But, you know, the Earth could be a globe because there could be like a glass thing and the reflections in the sky and the ether which spins the Earth round and round and round and holds it in the orbit around the sun. You know, we could do this and just talk like that and maybe, you know, possibly, but there's a video that says that, so cool.
Let me tell you, Dan, what's impossible. Like, no, it's possible. Possible. Like Lemon just said, going all the way around from north to south is possible on a flat Earth. Not possible. Cannot be.
Didn't they do that recently? A north-south circumnavigation?
Yeah, that's what my point is that on a flat Earth, this is not possible. On a ball, saying, well, yeah, that's normal, that's possible. But where is it? Let's take a look.
Didn't they just recently do one of those? I wasn't paying.
I have no idea.
Well, usually they touch down and turn around in a V, or they don't stay on one line of longitude as much as possible with no deviation. There are strange deviations that are more like a east-west circumnavigation around a central North Pole, kind of in a ring, but not a north-south-north one.
You know what I mean, Dan? If you were to show this to be true, again, annihilate flat Earth overnight, in minutes. As soon as you land, bang, flat Earth is done. Again,
I think it's a perfect example of how that's not true, right? Like Lemon just talked about, like he said, okay, if they can circumnavigate north-south, then that would destroy it for me. And then he brings up examples of cases where they have circumnavigated north-south, but then brought up all these technicalities of why it wasn't just perfect for him. And that's exactly what you just did with the shooting star thing. And that's how it will always be for most of you guys.
Don't listen to what I'm trying to think way out instead of just honest.
No, that's exactly what you guys did. You were literally reflecting what you guys, both of you, Lemon and Chemo, just did moments ago.
Well, if you listen to what was asked, which is north to south, not turning back, right? So Lemon's saying that when you attempted to turn back, why did you turn back? Why don't you just carry on all the way around the ball and keep going forward? Why turn back?
See, I don't think they did turn back.
That's what you're not understanding.
Let's go ahead. Let's take a look.
On a flat plane, they have to first.
They have to turn back, yeah.
On
a flat plane.
One of those.
Continue forward. Go all the way around, Dan. On a flat plane, not possible. First.
Which one of the circumnavigations are you talking about? The one
Which
more
part
orbit?
of the room didn't you read?
North to south, not east west.
Yeah, one more orbit did north to south.
North to south is impossible on a flat plane. Sorry.
They did it. They did it though.
That's what I'm trying to tell Chemo, and he's not.
Where is it? You've got to show us the entire.
One more orbit.
Confused the fuck out of you, aren't he, by saying that the world isn't flat. And he's a flat earther. You're thinking upside down. Just fucking think literally, not laterally.
Got to show the entire journey, Dan. Remember, if we're about to change our entire
paradigm,
so you have different standards then. If you accept that there's east-west circumnavigation, do you have an uncut video of that?
No, it's not a contention.
You accept that it's been done though, so.
Not in contention.
Oh, okay. Well, neither is the north-south-north.
Oh yes, because if you try to go north to south,
okay, then I'm in contention of your flat Earth. Where is your evidence?
Can't do that on a flat plane, north to south, because once you head south, that's it. You only head south.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have a flat Earth to live on.
I'm just
No,
pointing
you're living
out
on a
down
ball.
here that there are certain things that, if it's possible, should have been done, would have been done, and would have ended the flat Earth. Right, another one: 24-hour sun in Antarctica cannot work on a flat Earth. And you can't have a 24-hour sun going around the ice wall, right?
But two things on that. One is there's a couple of video footages of exactly that you guys don't accept, and secondly, it's not enough apparently, because Lemon gave you a reason why it's perfectly possible in his mind for there to be sun in the southern
no, that was the stars.
It's same logic though.
No, if you saw the literal hour sun.
Okay, then let me ask Lemon. Lemon, do you think it's possible for there to be 24-hour sun in the southern hemisphere? Is he still here?
What? What was that?
I guess he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, he's here. Lemon, can you have 24-hour sunlight in the south on flat Earth?
It would be reflection of light off the dome while the sun's far away.
That's what I'm telling you. Same thing as the star.
Well, no.
The South Pole footage looks decidedly fake. The shadows skip in a very unnatural way, like the video is heavily edited. The other video that I've seen appears to be highly curved by a very questionable lens pointing upward.
Lens has nothing to do with whether you see the sun or not.
They have all sorts of photo trickery that we take into account. Otherwise, I just call it a coffee cup caustic off of the dome.
Lemon, are you saying that if the sun is in over Brazil, they would get a reflection in Australia?
That'll be one possibility.
That coffee cup caustic idea doesn't really work on the scale that we see it. We see it, mate. We don't live in a system where that can work on a local scale.
Africa,
you would see two suns.
Australia, South America can be all lit at the same time due to reflection.
Yeah, that would mean that you'd see the sun, multiple suns.
How close do we have to be to the dome wall for this to happen?
Seems like we've circumnavigated both poles a lot of times.
You'd expect very wan, pale light.
Many times over the last 3 or 4 decades, yeah.
I mean, how would that work? If they see the sun in 3, how do they see the sun? How does it reflect? Are they see it like if you're in South Africa? Is that not the actual sun? Is it in Australia not the actual sun?
That's what
I put the video in the chat. You can see the light reflecting off of the surface. There could be something like that.
And then you'd have two suns visible.
I'm talking about seeing the sun, not the light, the sun for 24 hours.
They don't say that they see the sun.
Yeah, in the southern hemisphere, they have a 24-hour sun.
It would be the refracted light of the sun, essentially.
I'm talking about
the sun would be far, far away and very low to the horizon, if you see it at all.
Doesn't work.
Let me just be clear. You're on one side of the flat Earth, see the sun. You're saying that on the other side of the flat Earth, they would also see the sun.
It would be reflected light off of the dome surface while the sun itself is far away.
That would mean that you'd see the sun everywhere on Earth all the times.
It would be refracted light from the sun being far away over the tropic.
But you'd still see the sun everywhere all the time. Because if you see it in Australia and you see it simultaneously in everywhere in the south, why wouldn't you see it in the middle?
You'd have to be local if the sunlight's reflecting off of the dome. You'd have to be closer down there to get the dome reflected sunlight. Otherwise, you'd have to see the local sun.
But you'd see the light from the actual sun shining to the dome, making the image of the sun in the other parts. So you'd see light 24/7 everywhere on Earth.
That doesn't make sense. I just put the video that shows the spotlight sun with a very limited focus. It's not shining everywhere.
But you see the light from every point under the dome.
If you're too close to the floor, that's not going to be the case. There's a zone of light and a zone of darkness. If you're too close to the floor, the light is beyond the diffraction limit, beyond where you can make it out.
But limit like a laser light. The laser light doesn't light up the ground, but you still see the laser above you.
The laser eventually blends into the horizon. You can't see it forever. The ceiling ramps down, the floor ramps up, and then you get an unresolvable horizon line in the middle where the image is just simply unresolvable.
That is pointing across my room. So I can have a laser that is pointing like 1 meter above. The laser from every point on the floor, but it doesn't light up the floor. You still see the light above you.
Eventually, it blends into the horizon, and you don't see it though if it's too far away.
Never mind. The good thing is that the north-south circle polar navigation has been done many times.
For me, anyway, Dan, that would do it for me.
Sorry, what would do it for you? I was falling asleep.
Yeah, if it was a literal 24-hour sun in Antarctica, saw the sun go around.
What's the problem with the ones that exist?
Oh, they're time lapse.
Oh, I see.
Talking about a literal 24 hours.
You want literally? You want me to give you a video that is 24 hours long?
No, I'm saying if that ever happened, literal 24-hour video of the sun, that would do it.
Yeah, so you literally want me to give you a video that is 24 hours long?
You don't have to get it, you have to do it. I'm saying if there were, that would do it for me.
I get it, but you're saying that it can't be sped up, is what you're saying.
No, just show the 24 hours uncut.
Gotcha.
I'm saying that would do it for me. I wouldn't be able to explain that on a flat Earth.
What about
the time lapse and just slow down the time lapse, so that's done. Well, it's a time lapse, so it's sped up video, so you can just slow it down. That's what a time lapse is, right?
So if we had a literal 24-hour, that would do.
I know. So time lapse isn't a sped up.
I wouldn't be able to explain that. A couple of things, Dan. Like I said, you got the south, 4-hour sun. Stars going straight up vertical and over our heads.
See, I don't believe any of those things because every time each of those things have evidence for them, but they don't. Like as soon as you see them, you're like, oh, but it's wrong because of X, Y, or Z. Like the circumnavigation. I just posted a video about the flight, one of the flight paths that did it, and it would be impossible on a flat Earth, even though it's slightly zigzag. It's not on exactly one line of longitude, but but yeah, it's not enough for Lemon because it's zigzaggy or something, or the 24-hour sun. Oh, it's sped up, so that won't work. I don't think anything will work. I think no matter what we give you, you'll just find some other reason for it to be wrong.
Listen to what we ask, and then everything's.
I tried that when you moved the goalpost.
If we do it like this,
he just wants you to continue listening to his demands as he changes them constantly.
That's right. That's right.
So as long as you're listening to him as he constantly moves the goalpost.
That's why I wrote them out with BioDual to change. Follow that list.
Then we can say that there is no flights on Earth because there's no straight flights ever because they follow a flight path that's not straight.
Globers have a problem with instruction. Following instructions.
But you can't demand shit from us, though.
Yes,
but we don't say that flights are necessarily perfectly straight. If you're going in an east-west heading, that would be a circle around the central North Pole unless you cut straight across. Plus, there are trade winds and jet streams that may blow you slightly off course anyway. It just depends on the path you take.
So no straight flights between 2 points. So airplanes are fake.
Everything is.
Yeah, you say it. You need 24-hour video of everything that exists. You don't have anything. No 24-hour videos, so nothing exists.
Again, to the people who want to try and shut down Flat Earth, these are the things that would require it.
No, but you'd not accept those.
I don't have any of those.
You wouldn't accept those.
Cut corners, the shortcuts, try to explain your way out of this.
What evidence have you accepted that we've provided to you?
Oh, like
give me one example.
Like that mirror example.
Yeah.
Mirror experiment. I accepted that.
What, LIGO? LIGO?
No.
Okay.
Like he did. Okay, look, yeah, you've practical element.
Ah, the rainbow thing. Ah, you said 1,000 pounds to everyone in the room.
No.
When are you
that
going
was
to pay me?
with cheap spitting bull. He didn't do it.
No, that was not. No, it was not. It was Charlie who did it.
Charlie, that's.
And you said 1,000 pounds. Yeah, you said 1,000 pounds to everyone in the room. So when are you going to pay me?
Charlie.
No, you said you'll pay 1,000 pounds to everyone in the room if he could show.
No, that wasn't with Charlie.
Reflected light with the rainbow. That was with Charlie.
Dog, and he didn't do it.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I did it in the right way. He wasn't hiding anything. Very transparent.
Yes, we went to another room. We went to anher room where he showed it.
Deception.
And you said 1,000 pounds to everyone in the room if you can do it.
That would have been very dishonest. I went through all of that. Denied him.
You're such a liar because you said you'd give 1,000 pounds to everyone in the room. And you didn't.
£1,000 of air, yeah.
That's pretty shitty, Chemo. You're a slime ball.
Do you even see how fucking dishonest you are?
I wasn't talking about.
Well, he lies about everything else, so why would he not lie about it? Actually, you know what, Chemo? Chemo, I think you should deliver 1,000 pounds of air to somebody.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that.
Give me 1,000 pounds of air.
That wasn't with Charlie. That was with.
When are you gonna deliver me my 1,000 pounds of air?
And Spit and Dog didn't deliver. Charlie did. Charlie didn't have a bet. He said, "Oh, I can do it."
No, you said you'll pay 1,000 pounds to everyone on the room. So when are you going to bring
£1,000
me my 1,000 pounds of air?
Said dollars,
maybe in a ball.
That would have meant something else, right?
Yeah, deliver him his 1,000 pounds of air.
I'm going to, yeah.
So when you had a bet with Matt, it was also for 500 pounds of air, right?
No, that was quid.
Quid? Ah, okay. Well, that's what we call pounds in Finland. So it's pounds of air. Yeah, what does a quid mean?
Quid's in.
No, what does quid mean?
Exactly, you didn't get it when I was explaining.
Does it mean pounds? Ah, yeah, it's pound.
No, it doesn't mean pounds.
No, what does a quid mean?
Money.
What money?
Sterling.
Sterling.
Mm.
What does that mean? Pounds? Ah, yeah, pounds.
Cash.
Sure. No, pounds. Pounds.
Give me your address so I can send you £1,000.
Oh, you will?
£1,000 a bag.
Sure, I'll DM you my address and you can send me it. What do you use when you send it? Because I don't want to pay the taxes on it. So.
Well, it's really light. Have any weight?
Yeah, it is light.
It's light.
Have any weight?
It's
You need to have a
1,000 pounds.
container. Yeah, you need to have a container for it, right?
Container, but I'm not going to put it in a container.
What?
So how do you plan to send it without a container?
Yeah, how do you send it?
Don't worry, I'm going to flap the air around me in your direction. That will head your way.
That's different air. It's a different air. Those
He needs
molecules
proof
are
that
not
it
the
arrived,
molecules you
Kimo.
have.
He needs you to prove that it arrived.
Same molecules, not different ones.
You're silly children.
Yeah, you are. You are. If you're saying that 1,000 pounds bet is 1,000 pounds of air,
Yeah.
you're mentally retarded.
What, you don't want
And you know it.
of air now?
No, I have air here.
It is a pretty
I guess-
elementary school argument. I didn't mean
Yeah,
real money.
Yeah.
I meant fake money.
Yeah, dollars. I meant Zimbabwe dollars, so I owe you 0.5 cents. Thank you.
End of the day, the bet wasn't with.
Yeah, it was with the whole room.
No, it wasn't. It was spitting dog.
Yeah, it was.
Failed.
You're lying again. No, it was after
And
spitting
then
dog
Charlie
failed.
come along. Like, I can do. I've got something for you. Looked at it straight away. No bets. No talk about any bet. Went straight to him to camera.
You're
Look
lying.
at this.
You're lying. You're just lying.
Well, prove it though. Where's
remember.
Where's the audio?
Where's the audio? It's in YouTube.
Let's have a look. Timestamp.
What was the date when Charlie did it?
I don't know.
Ah, okay. So you can't back up your claim. Okay.
Back up my claim.
Yeah, you said that there was no. You said that you didn't say that the whole room gets 1,000
Don't prove a negative.
pounds per head. You said it.
You're
So
positive.
if I know the date, I would pick it up.
So the idea was that spitting dog failed. Charlie did. No question. Accepted the. Now, Dan can do the same thing. Listen to what they say. Follow the orders. Follow the instructions. Don't think yourself. Think how we want it done.
Don't think for yourself.
Show the results, and then you
What
can't
Flat
be
Earthers
biased
do.
now. Then you're like, this isn't. You're looking for.
But you have no
why
evidence
you
of
come
the
up with
flat
different
Earth.
methods. You're thinking, how can I further down this? Honestly, for 24 hours, show the star comes up. Servers in the south look at the stars. 24 north to south. This without turning backward.
While we are on demand, can you show that the distances on the Earth don't work, and you have just some evidence for flat Earth?
I don't have a model every time.
No, I'm not talking about a model. I'm talking about evidence.
You've got a working model. Turns out it's not
No.
working.
I said give me evidence of the flat Earth.
No, again, we don't have to do any of that. Because
Ah, okay, then we don't have to do anything either.
we have to do that. That's what you
Yeah, sure.
do.
Oh, you believe that the Earth is flat?
No, again, water scientific
Yeah.
not come around the exterior of an
And
object
what-
without a force.
Okay, where's the evidence for that claim?
Or water on a
Yeah, it'll stick there.
what?
It's gonna be wet, so it sticks.
Force though.
I don't know, it sticks.
There's a force.
I don't know. It's an observation of water sticking to a ball.
Yeah, but it needs a force. What is that force?
Fucking sticks.
I don't know. The water sticks to the ball.
How do you know it sticks?
Because I can fucking see it, you retard.
So how long does it stick on there for?
For as long as I want to.
Is it magnetic?
You can have water stick to the ball for as long as you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's raining in the nature all the time, so I can add water.
Oh, if it's raining. Causes rain.
Yeah. No.
That's the force.
That's the cause for the water still being there, even though some of it can evaporate, but it'll rain down.
Yeah, you're another light bulb here, aren't you?
Rain is the force that keeps water to the ball.
No, I never said that. The rain is the cause why the whole water doesn't evaporate.
It rains the cause. We're talking about water sticking to the ball. Gave me the cause.
Yeah, that's an observation. So.
Rain is the cause.
No, this is the third time I'm saying no.
What's the cause of the water sticking?
I have no idea. It's an observation. Yeah, it's an observation. Water can stick on a sphere.
What do you think?
I have no idea. Maybe there can be a force or something.
Why is the water stick to the ball? I have no idea.
Yeah, I just see it. That's what I observe. Yeah.
What's sticking?
So.
What is sticky?
What do you mean? What is sticking? Water is sticking to a ball.
Water stick.
Yeah.
Water is now sticky.
No, water is sticking to a ball.
Is the water? What is the sticky? Water or the ball?
What?
I can have sellotape. The sellotape is sticky, not the wall.
Chemo's being a twat again and is conflating sticky with sticking.
What's keeping water to the ball?
I don't know. It's an observation of water staying to a ball.
Actually, how long does it stay on the ball for?
It depends. Many factors. Like temperature.
Temperature will up to the.
It will evaporate.
Holding it. Low temperature.
Oh, no, I never said that.
I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to explore the cause of. High temperature removes it.
I don't know.
Low temperature. What happens when low temperature?
It doesn't evaporate as fast.
So that's the cause then, yeah?
No, that's a controlled variable, not an independent one.
So if we lower the temperature, will that water ever leave that ball?
I haven't tried it. I've only seen wet balls. I don't know. It's your hypothesis, so.
No, it's not. You're the one that says water sticks to a ball, yeah?
Yeah, that's an observation.
Right, so what's the cause?
I have no idea.
How are you going to find
out? I have no need to find out. I just know it does.
You don't know that. You haven't done a test or experiment.
Oh, it's an observation. Do you know what an observation is?
Yes, so you're guessing at what you're looking at.
No.
How do you know?
Because I can see a wet ball.
Yeah? How do you know what's causing it to stick?
That's irrelevant.
That's why we're testing.
Yeah, it's because it's irrelevant. You can test it, like you said. You can do the test.
Well, my argument was that water cannot form to the exterior of a ball without a force. So we don't know what that force is.
And you can't back that claim up.
Yes, we've been through that. We've realized that temperature moves the water and keeps.
Oh, temperature is a scalar.
And we've just realized that causes the water to either leave the ball or stay on the ball.
No.
No?
No.
What causes the water to leave?
Many factors. Like temperature, like humidity. If it's dry outside, it might evaporate faster. If it's very
Dry
humid,
outside. How does
it'll
it get
be
dry outside?
wet for a long time.
How does it get dry outside?
How does the humidity change in air?
No, how does it get dry? Dry.
Of what?
Outside.
The outside air?
Yeah.
Outside air?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors again.
What fact?
The temperature is one.
Okay, so we said twice now temperature. What other fact?
Maybe I don't know. I haven't done the experiments for that.
How do you know there are other factors?
That's one thing that you can also do.
How do you know there are other factors?
Because you can never know all the variables in an experiment.
How do you know that?
Because some of it could be electromagnetism, can be ether, can be just normal magnetism, can be a charge of particles. There's a lot
How
of
would you
things.
know that without an experiment?
Yeah, you'd need to do an experiment, and I haven't done it, so I don't know. That's what I said.
You said water sticks before.
Yeah, that's an observation. Do you know what an observation is?
You said it's sticking. How do you know it's sticking?
Because it's on the surface of a sphere.
Because something is on the surface, it means.
Well, the sticking was your word, not mine. So
I said conforming. You.
okay, then conforms. Change the word then if it's better for you.
Yeah, how does it conform without a force?
I don't know. Is there a force?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. How does the Earth have water on it, conforming to it without a force?
Well, it's more dense than the air, so it has to be below the air.
Yeah, but how does it conform? Is density a force?
What do you mean? No, density is a scalar.
So what force forms the water to the?
There has to be a force. I don't know what force, but looks like there is
How
one.
do you know there's a force? Have you done an experiment?
No, you said that there has to be one, so I'm going with you.
I said, how does water
Yeah, you said there has to be a force. Do you have short-term memory loss? You
I'm not
just
saying
said
the
that
water's
you
conforming. You are saying the water's conforming. What is that for?
No, you said that in order for water to conform to a sphere, there has to be a force.
What is that
and
force?
We see water conforming to a sphere, so there must be a force there.
No, we pour water on a ball and it falls off, and the temperature makes it.
No, it gets wet. It gets wet,
and
so
then the temperature,
still conforming
as you said,
to the
removes
surface.
the water.
No, that's not what I said.
What removes the water on the ball?
I don't know. I said that temperature can affect how fast it evaporates. But there's also humidity of the air, a lot of different variables there.
There's no force here. Is temperature the force?
No, I didn't say that. Temperature is a scalar.
What is the force?
What do you mean force? It's your claim that there has to be a force. You said that there has to be a force.
Yeah. So
I
you're
didn't.
saying there's no force. The water's conforming to the ball without a force.
No, I asked. What?
So you're saying the water is conforming to the ball without a force.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we can observe the water conforming to the ball.
Okay, so what's the force that's...
I don't know. Do you have to have a force there?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Can water conform around the exterior of an object without a force?
I have no idea. That's just an observation of mine that water does conform to outside of a ball.
Why does it have dry patches and wet patches? Why doesn't it stay
uniformly wet? Why wouldn't it? That's what we have on the Earth too. There's land and sea, lakes and rivers.
Well, in basketball, there are higher places than others.
Yeah, there are higher places than others on Earth, yeah.
On a ball, yeah?
Yeah, on a ball too, yeah, basketball. You have those pimples those things.
So the water just sits between those things. What you're saying?
There's sometimes the water gets over them too.
How?
I don't know. It's an observation, so I don't have a cause for it yet.
Yeah, but if water's going to find its level around the ball, how does it stay on top of those?
Yeah, the water finds its level on a ball, on some parts.
So why?
Yeah.
How comes then it goes on top of the dimples and go down to find its level around that ball?
It doesn't always find its level. It depends on things.
What things?
Like on Earth too, we have tides and waves and
But on a
different
basketball,
levels
you have
of
tides
water.
and waves.
No, I'm saying on Earth we have those.
Yeah, but on the basketball, saying the water forms to the basketball, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Then why is it on top of the dimples and not level?
Well, I don't know. It's
Does
just
water just sit on top of mountains?
Yeah, there's lakes on top of mountains. Yeah.
There's water on top of a mountain. Show me.
Yeah, sure. Just a second.
What? Oh, just a second.
Yeah,
Water
I'm
on
get
top-
you some pictures of some mountain lakes. Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, let's take a look at water on top of a mountain. Like on those dimples. Basketball. Looking for water mountain. Mountain water. Water on top of mountain. Bear with us, audience.
The fuck are you on about?
Wow, we're just trying to find mountain water.
What's mountain water?
There's one. There's a lake on top of a volcano, so mountain
Oh, how
water
cool
there.
is that?
That's in, not on top.
Well, it is on top.
It's on top.
No, it's in.
It's
On
not
the top.
inside the mountain.
That is inside.
No, it's not. It's on the
No,
top.
it isn't. It's on the top.
The mountain behind it, where's the water on top of that one?
You don't have water on all the mountains.
Yeah, but this is not on top of the mountain. This is
Oh, it's on top of the mountain.
what's above the water then? The mountain above that water.
Oh, there's air above that water.
Is there any mountain above that water?
No, there's air above that water.
So if I go to that water and
Yeah.
look up, I won't see mountain.
Yeah, above you there is no mountain.
What's at the side? What's that holding the water?
Ah, side. That's to the side, right? Not on top.
Yeah, so if I were to climb that, what would I have to do?
Climb what? Climb in the water?
Yeah, if I was in the water and then I was to climb, which way would I go?
You're going to
To
build
the
a
side.
ladder
It's the
straight
side.
up from the water.
I would climb to the side.
Yeah, not up.
I wouldn't go up.
Yeah.
On the scale of 1 to 10, just how bored are you, Mole Man?
So you wouldn't. So you're
Very
saying, Mole
bored.
Man, that
Now
if I was
now
in
he's
this
already
water,
saying that up is not
Uh-huh.
opposite to down. Now he's saying up is sideways.
No, I'm saying the top of that mountain. The top here, on the left. That
Yeah.
not above me. I'm in the water.
It's above you, but it's not up from your position in the water.
Not up.
Yeah, it's to the side.
At the side.
Yeah, it's not opposite to down. Yeah, no.
If I were to climb, which way would I go?
Not up. You'd go. What would you call it?
Do I go
Not
where?
not vertically.
What would I
Not
do?
vertically. Yeah. You would not go vertically.
Oblique?
I'm saying if I were to put
Yeah.
if I were to put a ladder against
At an
that,
angle, yeah.
if I were to put a ladder against that mountain, which way would I climb?
Not vertically. You'd have
I
a
would go
different
up.
direction.
But I don't go
Directly up. Yeah, you wouldn't go vertically. No.
I don't go
course
up.
not.
Which way would I go?
Not up.
Which way?
Obviously.
If Not going up. Which way am I going? If I put a ladder in that water going to the top of that mountain, which way would I climb?
You would go, depending on the orientation. Would you go left, right? I don't know. It depends on what orientation you have.
I'm asking you, which way would I go if there was a ladder against that mountain? Even the one on the right.
A ladder?
Not fucking far. I know that for now.
Where would you have the ladder?
Leaning against the side
What's
of that
the
mountain.
orientation?
Ladder would be leaning against the side of the mountain.
Okay.
Okay, so which way would
you're
I
climbing
climb?
that ladder.
Where would I climb?
Could be east, could be west, could be north, could be south. I don't know the orientation of the mountain.
I would climb east on the ladder.
Sure, if your ladder is pointing east, yeah, then you'd go east.
And if it was pointing south, I would climb south.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show me where south would put the ladder.
I have no idea. I don't know the orientation of the mountain. That's why I said that I don't know the direction you'd be heading.
Show now the water on top of the mountain.
Yeah, it's over there.
That to you is the top.
Well, it ain't the bottom.
Yeah. Are you saying that it's the bottom or the middle part, or?
What? That is the summit.
That's the top of the mountain, yeah. And there's a lake there, just like I said.
In the mountain.
In the mountain, you can't go inside the mountain. It's,
What are we trying? What are we even arguing? I'm so confused.
No idea.
Yeah, me too.
If you went into that pool,
You started when he said that you need a force for water to conform to a sphere, and I said that I have a wet ball, so water can conform to the exterior of a sphere.
What does that have to do with this mountain?
Is this water?
And ladders.
Is this water on the exterior or the interior moment?
This water on the exterior.
On the exterior or the interior?
Exterior, yeah.
The water is outside the mountain.
Yeah, because if it was inside the mountain, you wouldn't see the water, because it would be covered by the mountain.
This is inside, conforming to the mountain.
No, outside.
What?
He didn't say it was inside. He specifically said it wasn't inside.
Yeah, if it was inside, you wouldn't see the water, because it would be inside the mountain.
Why is the water staying like that? Why isn't it going off to the sides down the mountain?
I have no idea. There could be a force there. I don't know. It's just is there.
What's the force keeping that water spilling over?
I don't know. That's just an observation again.
Are you looking for the G word? Chemo?
I'm looking for why the water not around the mountain.
Well, that's just.
Why would it?
You should go do an experiment and find out for us, Chemo. Go figure out what it is.
That's not my claim. This is Marman's claim.
No, that's an
Marman said he
observation.
doesn't know, so he needs you with all of your wisdom to go out there and figure it out for him. Your big opportunity is here, Chemo.
Yeah, this is just an observation. There's no science with this. It's just an observation of water on top of a mountain.
Is that water in a container?
I don't know. Is it? What's a container?
I don't know what a container is.
Well, you said earlier that you need two surfaces in order for something to be a container. There's just one surface there. So I don't know.
I don't know if this is.
Yeah, if one surface can be a container, then yeah, it's a container.
No, surfaces with gas pressure.
Oh, so surfaces are not for liquids.
Gas?
No, this is liquid.
How many sides does a bowl have?
A ball?
Bowl.
Bowl. It has two sides,
states
inside
of
and the bottom and the.
The bowl a container.
Sure. You can contain gases and liquids in it.
What are you talking about?
Depends on what state of matter it's in.
This is so fucked up. It really is.
It really is.
What are you talking about? Nothing.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
good.
I think there are two entirely separate conversations going on at the same time.
Well, we're trying to figure out how the water conforms to the exterior. Our man has shown.
Now we've already figured that out, Chemo. But you know, you're as thick as shit, so that's understandable.
Why would you show a container, old man, when you were talking about basketball?
That's a mountain.
Oh, you started talking about mountains. I didn't.
Yeah,
this was
but
your
you're
idea.
showing the water in a container.
Is he?
Yeah, but you said that. Can you show me water on top of a mountain? And I showed you one.
This is not on top of a mountain.
It is though.
It ain't at the
Is
bottom.
this the summit?
What?
The highest point of the mountain.
Can you see anything?
Yeah, you can see the highest.
Is it the highest point of the mountain, old man?
The highest part of the mountain is the highest part of the mountain. Yeah.
Is that water on the highest point?
On a clear day.
Well, no.
Okay, so can you show water on top of a mountain?
Yeah, that's on top of a mountain.
So that water is underneath, top of that summit.
Well, okay, I'll get you a picture of a mountain in rain. So, just a second.
Rain?
Yes, water.
Rain is
Yeah,
the
then you have
force.
water on top of the mountain.
Rain is the cause of water conforming to the exterior of a...
No, he never said
that's
that.
a different conversation.
Yeah, well, you're holding two conversations at once again, Chemo.
No, which
You should
my premise was you cannot have water around the object with force. When he brings up
Okay,
rain,
so
rain
you're
must be the
invoking.
force.
You're invoking.
without a force.
You are invoking a force.
But we have a force.
You just said that that's not your claim, and now again it is your claim.
Yeah, but you're showing a container,
So what is?
not
So
a force.
you said that you need a force for water to conform to a sphere, right?
No, to an object.
To an object. Okay, is basketball an object?
That's what you basketball.
Yeah. Can you have a wet basketball?
What's the force?
Yeah, I'm asking you because you made the claim that there has to be a force. So what is the force?
That's what I'm asking you. Are you saying that the water's conformed to the basketball with the force?
No, I'm asking you what is the force because your positive claim is that there has to be a force.
Yes, there has to be a... I cannot have water.
Okay, what is the force? What is the force that has a basketball being water on
it
it?
can be electricity. Any of these.
Okay, okay, sure. That's just like I said. That can be. I don't know. There's many things that can cause that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the idea is that gravity is the force.
Is it?
Is that the cause?
Is that an idea? I don't know. You said that there can be many causes, like electromagnetism and things.
So is that the cause?
I don't know. That's what I said.
Well, we're in the same position. None of us know of a force that holds water to the exterior of an object.
Yeah, we don't. We don't know the force, but we know that water can conform to a shape.
Like what?
Like a basketball.
Yeah, but you've just shown a mountain with water inside.
Yeah, but we were talking about a basketball earlier.
Basketballs don't have the dimple inside again.
Sure. You brought out the mountains, not me.
Yeah, because you were saying water can conform to the top of a mountain.
Yeah, and it can. You can have a wet mountain too.
Yeah, as long as there's a container.
No, you don't need a container.
Yes, you've just shown a container.
Well, I get you a picture of rainfall on a mountain, and then you have water on top at the highest point. Just a second.
The cause is rain.
No, the cause for it getting wet is the rain.
Yes, and that's what's causing the conformity.
Is it?
Stop the rain, the water won't conform to the board, it will dry off.
Would it? What would dry it off?
As you said, the temperature.
No, that I said that it can be one cause.
What other causes? We didn't establish.
Sure, we didn't, because there can be many variables.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. Like you said, electromagnetism. I mean, if you ask Lemon, there can be ether-related things.
But not that we can test, right? Test the temperature.
I mean, I haven't tested it, so don't know yet. But it is a dynamic system, the Earth. So you have rain, and then you have water again. Sometimes it even freezes.
So temperature is what causes the water to conform to the...
No, that's not what I said.
So what is the cause for water conforming to an object?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
How do you know it's conforming?
But if you say there has to be a force, then perhaps there has to be a force.
What's that force?
I don't know. You said there has to be one.
Do you have any experiments for heliocentric?
What's a heliocentric force?
Where did that come from?
No, the heliocentric idea. Do you have a force for this?
Who said it was heliocentric?
I don't know.
How come there's no science for this idea?
He doesn't know what heliocentric means.
Science?
Yeah, science. You know what science is?
Yeah, if you go by the strict definition, then you don't have experiments for it because it's a universal law, and those don't have causes. So.
How was that discovered?
I don't know. Maybe Newton came up with it first, because it's Newton's universal law of
How
gravitation.
come we don't know anything about where we live?
We do know a lot about where
What
we
do
live.
we know?
I know it's a surface, for one.
Yeah, surface. How come we don't know any more?
Yep. We do know. There's humans and plants and even cities that we've built.
Do we know any more
Then,
than that? Know what the shape of the
then
Earth
there's
is?
but people are traveling along the surface, so they know some
Well, that's
distances
obvious.
on the
State
surface.
the obvious. Why don't you? What about the shape?
Yeah.
Does anyone know the shape of the Earth?
Well, we can take the distances that we travel
Who can?
and plot those on a surface.
Done that.
Well, Google has done that, for example.
When do they do that?
They have the Google Earth thing
When do they do
that you use. I don't know.
What do we know?
We do know the distances can be used to make predictions, and those usually turn out to be true. Those that are airplane pilots and like people who use sea to travel on usually
What did
use.
they do before Google Earth?
They used maps. They still use maps quite a lot.
Our map is flat. How do we know the shape of the Earth?
Well, it's interesting that McToon had like a bet with someone, or someone had a challenge to make a triangle with 390-degree angles with maps, and he used flight charts and did it. That's interesting.
What happened?
He made a triangle with 390-degree angles.
What does that mean?
That can't happen on a flat surface.
What's the shape
with
of the
straight
Earth?
lines. Well, it has to be curved, don't it?
It has to be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you can make a triangle with 390-degree angles, then it's not a flat surface. Well, I could. But you could just go to McToon's site and check it out.
What did he do exactly? Do?
He picked up 3 points on Earth and then took flight charts and plotted straight routes between those points.
What did he measure between the distances?
No, he didn't. Well, I guess you can. Yeah, you can measure the distance on the maps because those are the scale.
He make the measurement.
I don't know. He just used the charts.
What do we know? We don't seem to know anything about this world.
He used flat maps that we use daily.
Flat maps. Okay, good. What do we know about the shape of the Earth?
We can take those flat maps and plot routes on those and see if those make sense on a flat surface or a curved surface.
Hey, did you test it? Verify it?
I verified the maps.
Verify the maps, how?
No, I asked, did you mean that, did I verify the maps?
Any of what McToon has said, did you verify any of it? Believe you?
Well, I believe the charts.
Believe
because
the
those are
YouTuber,
used
yeah?
daily. No, the charts. The charts.
You
do
believe
you know
in the charts
those
that McToon presented, yeah?
Yeah, sure, because those came from
So,
what aviators use every day.
So you're saying you know the Earth is curving because of McToon, YouTuber?
No, because of maps.
Because of what?
Because of maps
That
and
McToon
flight
presented,
charts.
yeah?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't care who presents those.
So before that, how did
That
you know
would be
you
a
were
genetic
before
fallacy.
McToon? You didn't know the Earth was a ball or curving.
No, I knew it already, but
How?
that was just a confirmation.
How did you know it already?
Because of the flight times, flight distances, people going on boats across the oceans.
Yeah,
There's a
other
lot of
people
things.
again. Other priests.
Yeah, sure. No, they're not priests. They are sailors and.
What, you went with
captains.
them?
No. I just.
Stayed at home?
I just. Yeah, I stayed at home. Yeah.
And watched it on television?
Yeah, I've been on television, YouTube, radars.
That's how you know the Earth is curving.
Yeah, that's good evidence for the Earth being curved.
So you just have a belief then?
No, I have evidence.
What, McToon?
No, and other things too.
What other things?
Like I said, people going from point A to point B in time.
What people?
Sailors,
What sailor?
airplanes.
Which
well,
sailor?
airplane is not
Which
a people,
sailor?
so.
Which
But
sailor do you know sailed?
well, there was one that went around the Antarctica.
Who?
I don't remember the name. I watched the website some time ago. Just don't
Watched
remember
it?
it now.
Where did
his
you
name.
watch it?
I said I checked it online. There was a.
What did you watch? A video?
It's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Watch the video.
No, it's in Guinness Book of World Records.
Read a book.
No.
What then?
I said that the circumnavigation is in the Guinness Book of World Records.
So you read a book?
Well, maybe you can say that. I didn't read the whole book, but yeah.
So you read a book, and the book said the Earth is curving.
No, the book said that there is a distance in the south that someone traveled.
Yeah, and?
And the distance doesn't really work if the Earth is flat.
That's what the book said.
No, that's what logic says.
Logic said?
Yeah.
How did you figure that out?
Well, you can do some simple math.
What maths did you do?
Because we know.
What maths did you do?
But we know the length of the equator.
How do you know the length of the equator?
Because I can go on Google Earth and check the length.
Google
Isn't
Earth.
that what you use? Yeah, do you use Google Earth?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you accept the things that are there, do you?
No, not all the time.
So you don't accept. Okay. What's in contention
Pick and choose.
on Google Earth?
You can pick and choose.
Okay. Using what? Not logic, no?
No, so we can pick the real pictures and disregard the animation.
No, but I'm talking about the measurements.
Yeah, the measurements are on a flat plane.
Yeah, so you accept the measurements.
Yes, they're on a flat plane.
Are they?
Yeah.
And you can cite that from Google?
No.
Because what I've seen is that the Google Earth uses a geoid
Okay.
as the elevation profile.
Okay.
So do you have any evidence that those are the distances are measured on a flat plane? No.
No.
Or why did you say that why did you say that they are?
Say what? Because sometimes I accept it, sometimes I don't.
No, you said that the distance measurements are done on a flat plane. Yeah, and you said now that you have no evidence for it.
No.
Okay, so why did you say it then?
That's what the flat earth position is. We don't have evidence. We don't have a model. We don't have a map.
You just said that you use Google Earth, so you have a map.
You can use that. It's not, yeah.
Okay, so you have a map.
No.
Okay, so you don't have a map,
Oh.
even though you have a map, but you don't have a map.
Don't have a map. No.
What is Google Earth?
Animation. I would pick.
No, but when you zoom in, what is it?
Get some street view.
Can you use it as a map?
Can do, yeah. Sometimes you can get lost.
Okay, so you have a map.
Not an accurate map.
How is it inaccurate?
Because it doesn't cover by a flat plane.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
What's missing?
The ice wall.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, how do you know that there is an ice wall then?
That's how the water stays on the.
Why do you need a? Do you mean that a wall is a force?
Hmm?
Are you saying that a wall is a force?
No, I'm saying it contains the water.
But you have no evidence of that.
No.
Okay.
But you do have evidence of a globe, right?
Sure, we can use the Google Earth that you use.
That's the
We can
belief.
measure distances on that.
That's the belief, yeah.
No, we can. No, it's not.
Or have you measured it
You
yourself?
just said that it's accurate when you zoom in.
No, I didn't. I said we can pick and choose. But it's not an accurate map.
Okay. So,
what?
So all the only thing that's in contention is the ice wall in Google Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you find out distances between points on Google Earth?
Maybe I haven't tested them all.
Okay, so it's also inaccurate that way too then.
Who knows? I haven't tested it. You?
I have tested some parts of it, yeah.
Okay, so
Not the whole thing.
what did you
but
discover?
parts of it, yeah.
What did you discover?
That it's accurate.
Okay,
Find
let's
out
take a
it's
look
accurate.
then. Let's take a look.
Sure. Just a second. Well, yeah, with your standards, I can't show it because I mean, I can show you a distance that I've driven, but then I don't have a, I don't have a 4K camera.
I'm going with what
I
I
don't have a
observe.
4K camera
I
with me.
observe flat. That's what I see. I'm not making any more claims.
What?
Beyond
You
that.
observe flat?
Yeah.
Where do you observe flat?
At the beach.
At the beach? So how far do you see at the beach
I don't,
if it's
again,
flat?
beyond that, I can't tell you anymore.
Okay, so if beach, then flat. Beach,
To
then
me,
flat.
yeah. To me, it looks flat. Yeah.
It looks flat.
To me, yeah.
How would it look if it was curved?
It would look curved.
Okay.
Like a rainbow.
How does a curve look?
Like a rainbow.
Like a rainbow?
A rainbow is curved, yes.
Oh, okay.
Did you not know
so
that?
that would be... Does a basketball look like a rainbow?
No.
Okay, so it's not curved, it's flat also.
What is?
The basketball.
Why? You can get full circle rainbows. Can look like a basketball, yes.
So basketball looks like a rainbow.
Hmm?
Okay, so you can see a curve on a basketball.
Depends how far away you are from it.
Okay, what if you're close to it?
Then you won't see it.
Oh, can that be applied to the Earth too?
I don't know, can it?
Well, I don't know if the Earth is a sphere or spherical and a basketball is spherical and close up you don't see any curve.
If
then
the Earth
I don't
is a
see
sphere,
one.
why would you think the Earth is a sphere?
There's a lot of reasons.
Like what?
Like the distances and travel times on the surface.
Who's made those distances?
But no one makes distances.
Who's made those distances?
What?
Who's measured those distances?
Measured. Okay. Well, the pilots, for one.
Which
like
pilot?
when they fly.
Which pilot?
There's a lot of pilots.
Name one.
Well, I think Wolfie has done some measurements, maybe.
What did he measure?
Distance.
What distance?
I said that he could have done. I mean, I've done some distance measurements on an airplane.
He could have done. You could have done. Has anyone actually done measurement?
Yeah.
Made measurement?
I have actually done, like, you can get on an airplane and you have that little screen in front of you and it tells you the speed.
Yeah, I've also been to the ice wall.
Oh, have you?
No.
Give us a look. Give us a look.
No.
You haven't.
No.
Yeah, but on an airplane you have the little screen in front of you, the IFE screen,
All right,
and it'll tell you your
evidence
speed.
and back it up.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna post you a picture of an IFE screen.
We're just waiting for moment and evidence. Globe. Searching. Get something to back up his. Got that yet, Mole Man?
Yep, coming right in. Just a sec.
Good man. Okay,
There you go.
How does this prove that we're on a globe?
Shows you the speed so you can measure the distance that you travel. Because you said that I've been to the ice wall when I told you that I can have a screen in front of me in an airplane that tells me the speed.
Yeah, but what you're showing here is a still, not anyone making measurements.
Where you can see the ground speed of the airplane.
Yeah, but you can't see the measurements being made.
Yeah, but I'm saying that we can do the measurements.
Yeah, but has anyone actually made the measurements?
Yeah, they make predictions based on their, like the route that they're taking, and they know their speed, so they can predict the time that it takes to get from point A to point B, and those maybe not always, depending on winds, but usually come up to be quite exact.
So your measurements are based on predictions or based on assumptions?
Yeah, and if those predictions turn out to be correct, then your assumption also is correct.
But those predictions did not turn out to be correct because you don't have a physical geometric horizon, do you?
No, the predictions turn out to be correct if your prediction is that your flight takes 12 hours and it takes 12 hours, it's correct, right?
And that proves curvature.
That proves that the distance that you travel was the distance that you traveled.
We're not arguing that. We're arguing about whether it proves curvature.
Well, you are arguing that because those distances don't work on a flat Earth.
But you're saying this proves curvature.
Sure, it's a necessary antecedent for a globe, so yeah, I'd say that.
But again, that's my point, is that because you don't have a geometric horizon, the Earth cannot be curving.
Well, why don't we have a geometric horizon?
Because you want a flat Earth.
What?
You want a flat Earth.
Here's your evidence for the flat Earth.
You have no geometric horizon.
How do you know that?
Because the horizon cannot be measured. You cannot draw a tangent to the horizon.
Yeah, because light doesn't travel.
So without a physical geometric tangent to your
you're talking about the mixing up the geometric and the optical horizon now.
Yeah, no one's ever located the geometric horizon.
Sure. So, have you located the geometric horizon of a basketball to know that it's a sphere?
Well, if I stand at a certain position, I will know geometrically where I can see under where the horizon of the basketball would be.
What was that? Sorry.
If I knew the height of the observer on the basketball, size of the basketball, I would know geometrically where that observer can see.
Okay, give us the video of that.
I said if I knew the dynamics of all this, we happen to know how big,
So if you
know
knew
how
that
big the
basketball had a
basketball is
geometric
that we live
horizon,
on,
you'd know where it is.
and the basketball that we live on has a radius of 3959.
Yeah.
So your geometric horizon on that big basketball will be 1.22 miles away. Turns out that there is no geometric horizon at that distance.
How do you know that?
Black Swan.
Oh, Black Swan?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a video of it?
Of the Black Swan? You've not seen it before?
Yep.
Yeah,
not like a uncut. Maybe I don't know, 12 hours or 24 hours video. I haven't seen.
24 hours? Why do you need 24 hours?
For it to be valid.
What would that validate it?
That it's Black Swan.
Why would 24 hours validate?
Because I say so. That's my demand. Like you said earlier that you can demand things.
Intellectually dishonest.
No, you are.
Now you're just copying me.
What? No, I'm not.
You're being intellectually honest.
So, me copying you and being like you is me being intellectually dishonest.
You're mimicking me, not copying what I do.
Okay. And what is the intellectually dishonest point?
You're saying certain things without having to provide evidence.
Oh, and that is what you do.
As a flat earther, we don't have to provide evidence. Aimed to globe earthers.
No. You claim evidence. You say the earth is flat. So you have to have evidence for it.
No, we don't have to have evidence.
Okay. Okay, then I don't have to have evidence for what I observe.
What do you observe?
I observe a horizon, for one.
Observe a curving horizon?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's if there's no curvature, then you wouldn't have a horizon like that.
Okay, can you show a
Curve
curving
galore.
horizon?
You can go outside and see it right now yourself.
Yeah, it's outside.
Let's see it then. Let's see it.
No.
A video right now where
Show it to me. Show it to me.
Black Swan shows there.
Wrong again.
How do you know?
Wrong.
Know that there's no geometry has nothing to do with optics. So why do you mix those two? Can you point to the? Can you show where geometry has something to do with optics?
And what we're going to show is because you don't have a geometric horizon.
How do you know that? Do you have a geometric horizon?
This is the Black Swan. This is.
Do you have a geometric horizon, Kimo?
Sorry?
Do you have a geometric horizon?
On a flat Earth?
Yeah.
Do you have a geometric horizon?
Not on a flat Earth, no.
Okay, so you don't know if the Earth is flat or not because you have no geometry then.
Well, that's
boom.
You have geometry. You're on a board.
Huh? What?
If we had geometry, we'd be able to work out if we're on a board.
Are you saying that a horizontal plane isn't geometric?
I'm saying that you can't calculate to your physical horizon. Premise for
Physical horizon.
Yes.
So if you don't have no physical horizon, how do you know that the Earth exists?
Have an apparent horizon.
Okay. So you have no geometry for your flat Earth claim.
No, you don't have a model.
Okay, so you don't know if the Earth is flat then.
I don't know anything.
What we do know is it's not curving.
How did I describe that it's curving? How did I describe it curving?
The plane flights are curving.
Yeah.
That's impossible without a geometric.
How do you know that?
Impossible.
Geometric horizon for the objects to go over beyond.
So you're saying that you need no light has to travel on a straight path on a globe, but it can do whatever it wants on a flat Earth.
No, I'm saying that if you're saying there is curvature,
So what are you?
I'm saying that if you take one plumb bob one side at the shore, another plumb bob beyond the horizon, there is no deviation.
No deviation where? Like,
they're parallel.
What do you mean deviation? Oh, give us the video of the measurements then. Show us the measurements.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
Black swan.
Where's the plumb bob in that picture? Where's the plumb bob?
Oh, it's not necessary.
There ain't no plumb bob in that picture.
Oh,
not necessary.
Yeah, there's no plumb bobs.
We know the horizon's.
Are they helium bobs, or they're too high to see?
Because the horizon's not physical. Anything beyond the horizon is not deep.
What if what the horizon isn't physical now?
Yeah, it's not geometrical.
Oh, okay. So how do you know that the Earth is flat?
Have no physical horizon.
So that means that the Earth isn't physical then.
No, it just means that the curvature is.
Ah. What? The curvature is not what?
No physical curvature. The curvature is not physical.
Okay, so the Earth isn't physical. Because you have no physical horizon to come up with a shape.
No, the Earth is physical. There's no physical curvature.
Do you see Earth? Do you see Earth at the horizon?
Depends if you're on land.
What?
If you're
okay,
over
so
water,
also, if you're
over water, you see more water, not land.
Okay, is the water physical?
Water's physical.
Okay, so what's the horizon?
The horizon is current sky and ground virgin.
Yeah, and the ground and the sky are both physical, right?
Oh, it just appears that way. Actually happens.
Okay, so the Earth can actually not be physical then.
Why?
Say what?
You just said, I asked if the Earth and the sky are physical. You said, well, it just can appear that way.
No, we're talking about the horizon. Don't confuse horizon, Earth.
No, but the horizon is the apparent junction of the Earth and the sky, right?
No, it just appears to me. It doesn't actually.
So there's what's between the Earth and the sky then?
Air.
Sky is there.
Air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's air between air and Earth.
No, so that point of the sky and that point of the ground are not virgin line.
What?
That point of the ground and the point of the sky, just those 2 points, not.
What's the point of the sky? Where's the point of the sky?
Yeah.
Well, let's say if we're 6 foot, then the 3 miles away, 3 miles of sky, 3 miles of water, those 2 points are not really virgin.
Where's the point? Where's the sky point though?
3 miles away.
Yeah.
Up, down, left,
so
right.
3
miles away.
How can they not meet if they're both 3 miles away and next to each other? How don't they meet?
Because it just appears that way.
But if
Well,
they're next to
there
each other,
has to
then they
be
meet.
something. Yeah, there has to be something between them then. Yeah, if they don't meet, then there has to be something between them. If they don't meet.
But if it was between them, then that's the point. Then that's the point, because remember, the point is the air that's closest to the ground. So that's the point.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that air between. We're talking about the point where the
Well,
sky
how do you?
and the
What is
ground.
the
How are you
point in the
distinguishing?
sky?
How are you distinguishing between the point that you were talking about and the air below it?
3 miles along the ground, then
3
miles along the sky.
You mean going upwards?
Those 2 points meet.
Do you mean going upwards?
Miles along the sky. Clouds going all
What
the
do
way
you mean along the sky?
The clouds for 3 miles going towards the horizon.
What's 3 miles along the sky mean?
Said.
It doesn't make any sense. You said 3 miles along the ground.
Yep.
Then what?
Miles along the sky where the clouds are.
Is that a 90-degree turn from what you just did?
No.
Is it going in the same direction as what you were just doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just say 6 miles along the ground?
No. Miles away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 miles.
What if there's no clouds in the sky?
Where they converge. The end of those 2
Oh,
points not really converging.
Is there air below the point of the sky?
Air between those 2 points.
Well, then you're not identifying the right sky point.
Yeah, that's appear.
No, you're correct.
Touch, but not correct.
The sky is all the atmosphere. So all the atmosphere, including the molecules, get all the way close to the ground.
Line, that is a 3 mile long train of clouds.
No, but all the atmosphere.
No, we're focused on the long line of clouds 3 miles away from it.
You shouldn't be. You should be looking at all the
That's
atmosphere.
how we're doing it. The sky and the
That's
ground
just silly.
converge at that 3 mile point, and they're not actually touching.
They do touch. They bounce into each other.
They don't touch. Between the clouds and the sky, clouds and the ground is air. Lots of air.
Yeah, sky.
Sky, that's up to talking about the clouds.
Yeah.
Rain of clouds, 3 miles going to the horizon. 3
But
miles
see, if that's
along
the case,
ground.
if that's the case, then they don't appear to touch.
They would appear to touch like a train.
No, they won't appear to touch because you'll see sky between them.
No.
Or something like air between them.
No, that's what we're converge.
Well, if they converge, then we're talking about the air that is closest to the ground.
Well, you've just explained it. You understand it. That's the point.
Yeah, so it's the air touching the ground.
Yeah, a train of clouds. The cloud is not touching the ground.
But the air is.
The cloud is not.
Yeah, but you're talking about the air.
It looks like the clouds are.
Yeah, but you're talking about the air. Clouds are not sky.
It looks like the clouds are.
Clouds are in the sky.
Exactly.
So the sky touches the ground.
Not the clouds.
Yeah, but the clouds are irrelevant. They're in the sky. They're not what you're looking
at. A train of clouds going towards the horizon, touching the.
So what do you do? What do you do on a cloudless day?
That's great for those clouds, but it's irrelevant.
Well, then that's the point. Is that it looks like
the horizon is not formed. The horizon is not formed with clouds.
Horizon can appear clouds to touch the ground.
Well, sure, but it's not requisite. So you need to have something that is requisite, is universal.
That's
the sky, the atmosphere.
The
oh, because as Walt said, what do you do when there's no clouds?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying to Marlman here, rain of clouds, track to the horizon, 3 miles, both 3 miles, here to converge. And then in between that, there's all this air, but you can't see.
I think Waz had a good question for you.
Was?
Yeah, he asked the question. It was really good.
I just asked you, what do you do on a cloudless day?
Kimo, can I ask a quick question? Anyway, Kimo, would you agree that like heavier objects tend
I guess
to
he doesn't need to address my question then, does he?
Kimo, would you agree that heavier objects tend to fall towards
No, you go.